Today we're going to start off with a very basic introduction to life. What is life? I don't know. End of introduction. So easy. I mean, how can you conceive life with your mind if it is an experience that you have in your body, in your heart, a very small bit of it in your mind, and your mind is like this, try to expand, eventually you think out of the box, but your mind is limited. Why is it limited? Because we are trained not to think by ourselves, yet we are always thinking. Okay, that's confusing. You know, we have this habit of always thinking, but we're thinking only according to the conditioning we received. We think about the stuff we were conditioned to worry about. We think about the money, we think about the love, we think about the attention, our place in the world, how worthless we are. So we are conditioned to think continuously and not to think in a conscious way. As in, I will use my mind power to do whatever I want in the way I want it. Okay? So, our minds never stop. Who can stop thinking? Even the advanced students, you can just have 10 seconds of no mind? Okay. She tried. Did you try? 10 seconds to think. Okay. Try 2 hours and get back. I'll teach you something. Okay. It's possible to stop thinking. But when you go to bed, you know that it's hard to stop thinking. Because you have nothing to stimulate you and just waiting for the mind to allow you to go to bed. To go to sleep. Remember this feeling? Did it feel good? Do you like it when your mind prevents you from sleeping? No? Okay. This is very little introduction. I'm using this as an example to say if you cannot stop thinking when you're trying to stop thinking, imagine when you're not trying to stop thinking. Your mind is just going wow, 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 wow. And this uses a lot of resource. We tried in our life to understand the mysteries of life. Who here understood the mysteries of life intellectually? With your mind? None. Okay? So no one ever got the mysteries of life, never understood anything about the meaning and the workings of how life goes and the series of events using their intellect. Okay? But there are a few people here who start to understand life not by thinking, by feeling. Take a deep breath in your abdomen. Now, as I'm speaking right now, you still are in a state of trying to understand what I mean with your intellect, because I'm talking about it and we need the intellect to focus. Yet you still don't understand what I'm talking about, because this is the way of life. Feel. Take a breath. Try to remember the last time you felt bad about something. The last guilt you had, the last shame, the last fear. Try to remind yourself last week or in the last week a moment you felt bad, and breathe and feel it. Don't think about it. Just feel it. It won't feel good. That's not the goal of it. Sit in this feeling. Okay? It's not fun, is it? It's not? Breathe. In the abdomen, breathe. Stay focused in the feeling. As you breathe, it goes away. Are you getting this? As you breathe, a feeling, it goes away. It stops having power over you. Okay? This is how we can understand life. Oh, I was ashamed. I was alone. I felt guilty. What experience did you pick?
This last week I got really angry with my granddaughter because she went to her vegetables.
Okay, you were angry because you did not have control over her.
Exactly.
Okay. Sorry, because she didn't eat her vegetables.
That's right.
And you were trained that she has to eat her vegetables.
Exactly.
I understand. It is good for children. Not to the point of becoming angry at them. Yeah, because it won't resolve anything. So instead of eating vegetables, she discovered how to feel cheap and bad about herself. That's your responsibility. So you understand, this is the emotion of shame. Good, this is a denial. What's the emotion? Like 3 types of emotions? Guilt. Let's try guilt. Okay, so okay, I feel guilty because I was angry at my little daughter. And at first, it's a good example. At first, she just behaved according to the conditioning. She has to eat her veggies. She didn't end up eating her veggies, or very little, and a bit. Did she eat a bit? Okay. Defended ourselves. So the result was you had a lesson here. You don't have control over other people, regardless of their age or who they are. Who's your mother? Her? Okay, you understand that? All right. What's your name? Kiani. You're gonna love this seminar. It'll be all about your mom. I'm gonna leave you alone. Don't worry. I'm not so hard. I'm picking her because she wants it. I'm sure you'll love the attention. All right. So that's a good one. She understood, but no, she didn't understand it. She was just stuck in the mind, trying to enact the conditioning about how it has to be done. Brought up an emotion, or at least an emotional reaction, because she was fighting to control. She wanted to be, instead of control, attached to some mental system. And she wanted to attain a goal. She will eat the vegetables. And I will be a good grandma. I cannot be a good babysitter if she doesn't behave. Well, your value as a grandmother and a babysitter is not altered by someone else's behavior, even if it's the granddaughter and the one you're kindergarten. Okay? But we have these misinterpretations. So you could have gained the wisdom of that, but you didn't, because at the moment you did not take the time to feel. You just stepped in the mind, I'm so hangry, so mental, intellectual understanding of life resolves nothing. Okay? But feeling, I was angry. This is a guilt. I live emotions. I'm experiencing that. Now I understand something more, because if you take the time to feel something, now it'll start to make sense. I understand this part of life now. I felt bad and there was no results because anger and control will not resolve the solution. Okay, now you gain wisdom if you take the time to feel the experience instead of thinking the experience. And your emotion, while it's there, it's pushing up to your mind. Your emotion is here. It's pushing up into your mind. So you go to bed and you have this energy here pushing up here because it wants to go up. Okay? But you're not paying attention. So it's pushing up to try to attract your attention, producing images in your mind. So you go to bed and you start fantasizing all these scenarios, sometimes useless, sometimes related to your emotions, has to sink here and intellectually pay attention to what you feel. So you take a deep breath. Without going into the details and the mechanics, go back to the situation you picked that you felt not so good in the last week or month. Okay? You felt something. Let's make another step. Why did you feel something? What behavior did you have that produced the emotion to happen? Okay? Feel, breathe. Sometimes you're going to feel abandoned. He left. He's the one who left. Yes, but you're the one who stayed attached. I understand. Non-attachment is difficult to grasp. When people leave you, it's not fun. But there's something inside you that causes the emotion. Just pay attention to it. So, okay, so I was attached to someone, which is normal. Okay, don't worry, don't feel guilty if you're attached. It's the normal thing to do, to attach to people, and then they go away, and you feel bad. Okay. The solution is just take the time to feel it and understand, this attachment led to suffering.